Hey guys, welcome to my first Reddit videos, and today we are going to be reacting to r/ entitled parents. So yeah, let's get into this. Our first submission is by user Orchard Lizard 29, and it's called Entitled Mother and Entitled Father holding my debit card just so they can see me. Edit. Okay, let's go. Edit. They actually dropped off the card and seen silver for once. Thank you for all the reading. Oh no, I'm gonna read the edit later. Sorry. For a little bit of context, I, a male 20, moved out of my parents' home last weekend to get out of the world and feel what I have to live on my own by rules. With this said, me and my parents never really had a good relationship. We were always arguing over something. It never seemed to matter what I said. I was always made out to be in the wrong. So once I moved out, I told myself I would try not to get wrapped up in their drama, and so I could live on my own. I wanted to. Unfortunately, my mail hasn't changed it to my note yet, and I asked my parents if they could bring me my debit card today so I could activate it and use it. This is how it went. Okay, so I sent a text to EMI and told mom, "Hey, is there any way you or dad could bring me my debit card while I'm at work so I can use it to make sure it works?" Literally, okay, so he gets left over. 20 minutes later, his dad calls me. "Hey, your mom and I are wondering why you need your debit card so badly. Aren't you coming over on Mother's Day to see us?" Well, yeah, I was coming to see you guys, but I really wanted my debit card, if possible, to make sure it works to the other issue I want to get through with my own bank. Me and your mom don't understand why you need it now. I can't. It can wait. And plus, don't you want to drive to your don't you want to drive to your work to give it to? Well, it usually takes about it. You guys are literally 10 minutes away from my work, so it really isn't a big deal to bring my debit card. Well, you can. Well, you can just wait until Mother's Day when we see you. I guess I should say if we see you. He hangs up. So now I'm at work without my debit card, and we now have to wait until I see them in 2 days. I know this isn't that bad as some other stories, but I have to read on here, and I thought maybe it belongs to things. Pretty, yeah. It is stupid. Like, they were literally holding this debit card hostage just to talk to him or something, and the parents are stupid. But I said this dude should get his mail changed as quickly as possible. Alright, so let's get on to the next story. Alright guys, the next video is submitted by user Morrigan1129. And it's called Ex-Girlfriend Expects Me to Take Your Kids for a Weekend. Okay, so background information that is relevant. My ex is not actually my ex. We've been separate for 9 years now, but we never actually signed papers for numerous reasons. Financially being the biggest one. We cooperate. We co-op our son so well for those years, and for past 8 years we've included my boyfriend in the process. We've been doing quite well at this, and the three of us have established a pretty good relation. 2 years ago, however, my ex got a new girlfriend. Her and I don't get along, mainly on her part. And no, I don't just say that because it's my side. I've always encouraged my son to respect her and try to get along with her, but he can't stand her or her two daughters. I don't mind her. She's hyper and bouncy. She hyper and bounces off the wall, but she's 8. It's too expressive. An older one who's 11, same age as her son. However, she's a bitch. She's actively ridiculous and belittles her little sister and my son, and my daughter, who says she's rude to me and my ex-in-law, and even my ex said, this girl's absolutely out of control. Background out of the way, last week was my son's weekend at his father's. However, my ex and his girlfriend had been invited to an adult party. My ex and I were discussing it when he had dropped my son off on Wednesday, and he had mentioned that it might be easier if we switched weekends around, but he wasn't sure if he could find a babysitter for the two girls, so he had to wait and see if it was fine with that, and had told him to just keep me in mind. And give me informed later that night, his girlfriend sent me a message saying that since I was taking my son for the weekend, question mark, number one, I don't know what that means, I could just take the two girls and keep them for the weekend too, before I could even respond, she added that she would send me over clothes and some money so we could get pizza. I told her that I wouldn't be taking the girls, that I wasn't taking my son for the weekend, that he lived with me and his father and I were just switching weekends around, and I certainly wasn't taking her children for the weekend. She sent me back. She sent back. She sent a message back saying that it was very rude for me to not be taking her girls, since she took my son every other weekend before I could respond again. She sent over another message saying that she sent over $15 for pizza. I thought pizza was like over $20 though. I don't know. That's the last time I bought pizza, but that was like a long time ago. I told her that she didn't take my son on the weekend. That my son spent the time on the weekend with his father, and retaliated again that I wouldn't be taking her girl. She responded asking that I was doing that because I couldn't take the girls. I told her that we weren't doing this again. We were just going to have a nice relaxing weekend. She's asking me why I would ruin her and my girls' weekend by not taking the girls. By that point, I was annoyed and told her that I didn't like the older daughter and she was a brat, saying she wasn't allowed in my home outside of an emergency situation. She responded by saying that I was an awful person and a terrible mother, and I didn't deserve children since I clearly didn't understand parenting, who just needed a break. I ended up blocking her, but like damn. Edit. Well, Adam, firstly, thank you for all the words I wasn't expecting. Just gripping on my ex-girlfriend, lol. I didn't expect that. Secondly, I've tried to respond a lot to you. First, in the question. 1. I don't know where the girl's bio that is. The ex-girlfriend is just West Coast. We lived in the East Coast, and I never felt like it was my first ad. Number 2, she didn't end up raising my son on the weekend. My ex who knows her son isn't a fan, so they typically go fishing, camping, or hiking. My ex loves our son and spends as much time with him as possible. Number 3, no, I did not call the 11-year-old a bitch to her face or to her mother's face. I told her mother that she was a brat. Yes, if it does make me feel like a tough person, so what? Be like, I don't really think you're a tough person. If it gets a brat, you gotta tell the parents, so the parents to know. Like, I'm like what, 14, gonna be 15, and I'll just straight up tell someone that their kid's a brat. I'll just tell them whatever. Number 4, I have this screenshot of a picture of a conversation, and I plan on talking to my ex when he picks up our son up on Wednesday. I currently haven't heard from either of them, so I'm guessing we'll see when he drop. I guess we'll see when she try to drop off them tonight at 6, at 2. I just got off with the phone with my ex. Who called and asked why I'd agreed to take the kids since who called and asked when I agreed to take the kids since last he knew that wasn't happening. So she sent us a screenshot of the conversation explaining that I had never agreed to taking either girls, and I told him I was quiet, clear with that on her. He said he was sorry and he'd be handling it, and I'd see him on Wednesday when he picked up our son. Alright guys, I'm gonna just end the thing right here after one more story, so yeah. Alright guys, our last story is from user Among Us Fan 92, and it's called Entitled Parents Tried to get me arrested for smoking cannabis in Canada. I have no idea what that is. So no, cannabis is legal in all of Canada, for you to say that. I didn't even know what cannabis is. Okay, this is really short. So one day I was smoking out on the street, and some woman walked up with their kids and said to me, "What are you smoking? It's clear that." So I clearly said cannabis. She instantly replied, "That's illegal. I'm calling the cops right now." So obviously I said, "No, it's not. It is legal. It's legalized by Canadian government a while ago." And Tattoo Pep said, "You really believe I believe in those conspiracy theories, me? It's not a conspiracy. It was announced by the government. She ignored me and called the cops. The cops showed up and asked what was going on. And I said, "He's smoking cannabis. It's illegal." The cops told her that it was obvious, wasn't, and left. Then parents left, and English I haven't seen her since. Edit. What the heck is this? Is saying, oh, he has more upvotes than any other posts. So, I've seen on the subreddit. So thanks. He's saying thanks. Okay, I'm ending the thing right here. So yeah, this will be my first really Reddit video. So yeah, if you want, like and subscribe. Peace out, guys.